Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosa, mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums? You name
Who the
it.
frick is
Spina di
this?
Rosa does it.
Oh, is this the Mary Poppins wannabe?
Renowned president.
This is a Mary Poppins wannabe.
Those who play by our rules call me boss.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
You're no bastard.
Mademoiselle, what gives you the name? Well,
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you?
no need. You don't have to call me boss. Just Navia. It's okay. All merely trifling. That's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial. Judging from the look of things, I find Linny an unlikely master. Really? We think so too. But how did you come to that intuition? Naturally. Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Linny without any decisive evidence whatsoever, wasn't she? But that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away. Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was no way Farina was going to back down in that situation.
Sounds more like you just don't trust the Hydro Archon.
Well, what's your opinion? I must admit that... All right, I've answered your question. Now, it's time you answer mine.
Okay.
Did that answer count?
Well, I say it does. But don't, in your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like a...
Well...
No.
Most astute, no matter how wonderful, and if that can be done, also,
I'm still just looking for my twin brother. The fact that this is part of a storyline I do not care about.
Well, I can read.
That's more likely.
far be it from me to you wish to say so.
You have a point. Huh. You're quite the talker, aren't you, mister? And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like...
I have nothing to add.
We'll be making some pep...
Okay. This. So there's still two there. I don't even. I don't even know what I'm looking for. Am I supposed to be talking to these people? Oh.
Go ahead, have a look around.
Okay. Oh. No. What? That. to the third thing. I hate being Sherlock Holmes. Just drag. There's something in this area. Oh.
I see that you're investigating the area. Well, it just so happens that I'm interested if you find any new and interesting leads.
We don't have too many thoughts yet. The thud? Oh, you mean the sound that...
Yes, exactly. It wasn't terrible. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Lenny's trick with bated breath. I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Lenny's accomplice. Lynette, perhaps. Jumping atop the water tank, and when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water tank...
Wait, wasn't the noise we heard too loud for that?
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a particularly rough... Oh, that's true.
That does remind...
Oh. Oh god, I have to look at every part of this thing.
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the seats were all booked in advance. So we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking it. Sure, it's not like this is confidential information. We will poke. Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself. Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure in her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic show. The magic troupe members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social connections. It seems, simply put, she wasn't related to the magic troupe at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
Were the victims of...
That's how it seems to us, in any case.
Okay then.
No need to be so formal. It is of utmost importance that we...
So this area is cordoned off. being said. Oh. Right.
The investigation team has some new findings.
See? Told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think the murderer would have still made it?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Liddy and Lynette with their side of the investigation. What about
You're trying to help them? That'll be
Lenny used the machine to pick a random member of the audience during his performance, right? The lucky... Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine, so we had it taken away.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. The machine picks that same number, and I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat. In other words, Lenny knew who would be sitting where from the very beginning.
that much checks out? Lenny reserved our seats for us too.
But you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Lenny.
Even though it's that...
Sure. Oh, I hate this sort of thing.
Lenny's still talking to the guards. It seems he'll have a lot of explaining to do. I think someone
Oh god, she has a nice ass too.
That's alright.
Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the... No, we're not leaving. We're representing Lakeview, always guarding this entrance.
Yes, after the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in or out must undergo a strict inspection. So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here. At least, not from... I doubt there was much opportunity then either.
The fuck is...
Well, because I was in charge of security near the entrance at that time, I couldn't
Is that a
see
cat?
Lynn's performance from here.
Is that just a little cat?
It's just my luck. But still, I could not abandon my post, and I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. If someone had so much as even approached the door, I would have noticed it, let alone if they had tried to leave. We Melusines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
So, it's safe to say the girl couldn't have left him. Alright, thank you for your help. This'll be useful. We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Lenny's discussion with the guards is going. Let's go see, shall we? Ooh, things are getting interesting, huh? We're about to see how magic is made.
Not really, I'm kind of bored.
Understood. Then I will begin.
And annoyed.
Just so you're aware, I will
It's
be monitoring your actions and making notes
Molly.
as necessary. Very good. Thanks
I'll
for
wait
being
until
so agreeable.
her
I'd pull the
sister
rose out of
Holly.
my hat as a gift for you if I could. You may spare
Be
the pleasantries.
followed by Polly.
I'm just doing my job.
I wonder if Dolly's still around.
You've arrived. Who's this?
Me?
I'm just being a... Sorry, and these are my companions. Would you mind...
This is Mary Poppins and her assistants. Glasses and old dude.
Oh, new help.
Well, let's just say we're...
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box, prepared specifically for this switcheroo trick. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here?
You have the ass of a woman.
I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand.
Weren't there balloons and other decorations here?
Ah, good eye.
The back? You mean the inside of the door?
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be able to. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get? Exactly.
Oh, I hate. I hate.
Figure out most of it as soon as you saw this place. The 2
Screw
magic
you.
boxes are positioned. See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the
This trolley can raise and lower and even see.
So that's the purpose of the box inside
Shut it,
another
Mary
box.
Poppins.
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along the trolley.
So that's how you did it!
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here, with which it would complete the rest of the steps. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark.
Right! You were talking that whole time!
Ah, yes. A phonograph
But we should get
operated by
bored.
Lynette was used to achieve. My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation
I kinda got bored
When the
too.
countdown began, I had already gone to the opposite box via a tunnel using that ladder.
And what about Lynette? Where was she?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh, interesting!
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no
You're
one can tell
twins?
who's who. And that's my favorite part of this trick.
She seems taller than you. No, she seems shorter than you.
So that's how it all worked!
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box.
You
and
seem
go
taller
back
than
in,
him.
jumping
Her.
into the and then I walk out of the other
Oh, wait,
box.
never
in the
mind, that's a
audience
hat.
area, and the trick would be complete. The operative word here being would. But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member.
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. Yet, to think that someone could we have a look around? We can come
Oh
up with
yeah,
some
that's the
ways.
only thing that's stopped it from being astonishing. It's not the comedy act between
Yes,
the fact
of
that
course, no need to be so
Lenny
strict now. I won't
here.
disappear into thin air.
Thanks, everyone. We're counting on you.
It's not the fact that Lenny here, her. Yes.
What's this?
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh?
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick.
Whatever it is, let's make it.
It's a trick hook.
Oh, these are the clothes that the lady chosen from the audience was wearing, right? Her clothes are here, but she's
Right. And do you really? Ugh, this is so.
Carmen, you just put on glasses and a mustache. That's not how. That's not how the detective works. Wait. Or is it? Oh, God.
What is this place?
It seems someone could fit through here.
It seems like someone can fit in there.
But if they had to pull another person with them, the space would be too narrow.
But there are no other ways in or out of here. Oh, you're right. Let Paimon write the...
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Speaking of which, why?
Oh, Paimon knows. It's one of those... And here's a broken vase.
That can't be. The trolley moves along tracks from start to finish. It couldn't have hit the vase.
Let's... Seems we're just about done investigating down here.
Yes, let's head back up. Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Malus returns. Seems to me that there are several things that don't add up here.
Like why
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape through the vent?
They believe the odds of that are very low, since the vent leads to the upper house's basement. The guards have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance or after the incident, and no one was found hiding there.
So the tunnel's become like a secret chamber then. You know, like the kind you usually see in novels.
Paimon, shut it.
The plot thickens. Halsey's disappearance and Cowell's death are both quite inexplicable. No wonder Farina was so confident in her accusation. All the current evidence points toward Linny and Lynette.
In other words, the charges are very likely to be upheld unless we make some considerable progress.
Charges and then trial. So if the charges are upheld, they'll announce a sentence?
That's right. This is how a trial... That's right. This is how the statements from both put it simply.
This also precludes any kind of...
Once both
Okay,
sides
but-
then find...
In practice, they are. Yes. Because we've chosen...
They're concerned that we might be... Even if that were not so.
I'm ready to break out at any time.
Whoa, there's no need for that.
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the...
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. I mean, what better way to properly think...
Breaking out, so just kidding.
What do you mean, nose?
Huh?
Understood, mademoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
Okay, but so. Okay.
Wait, you're carrying a portable stove with me?
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the demoiselle's baking.
I have eggs, sugar, and almonds at the...
Good work, you two.
These three are quite the interesting group.
Yeah, no. Yeah, definitely France.
It's even better now. From the way you had these two guys carrying all that stuff around, I ended up doing the entire thing by yourself.
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouragement.
I was just thinking.
Well, don't underestimate beating egg weights, by the way. It's a real arm workout. Anyway, give these a try.
Wait, three?
Well, eating too many sweet treats might send all that sugar to your head.
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is demoiselle's favorite. Strong black tea with no need for concern.
All right then. However, we can assume that Linny and the magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they lack any logical motive.
Exactly! Why would they do such a thing right when everyone was watching?
The flower vase and the thud we heard resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her cloak, perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd, she would choose...
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the...
True. But the only people left to consider are both technically victims. Whether it's the missing girl, Halsey...
Could Halsey?
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would need to understand the intent if she had any motive.
Were we not through? From the sound of things, this is turning into an impossible... Your macarons are amazing though now that...
They are...
What? 5? Oh, that can't be right. Paimon, we can't do it! Honest!
Please don't worry about it. At my...
No! Being greedy is one thing, but Paimon knows how to count. Besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough. Wait! Even you don't believe Paimon? If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons, then may they turn into stone in her stomach!
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose one of us might have gotten too engrossed in our chat and eaten them by mistake. Maloose, set up the stove again, if you would.
Huh? What are you doing?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Exactly. We don't want to trouble you.
As you wish, there was...
And I have the egg, sugar, and all.
Well, this...
Well, that's it for snack time. I don't know what we're looking for yet. It would be awkward. It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Maloose, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything nifty.
Alright, it's time to put our heads together. We've got to get our defense ready for the trial. Oh, it's probably gonna be a long and difficult case. There's no point worrying about that now. We just need to prepare. Here, take Paimon's notes. They should help you review the situation.
Yeah, I forgot.
Do? The whole situation is so confusing. Good plan. Impossible things don't just happen. We'll get to the truth one way or another.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects Lenny and Lynette, at least we will be supporting them from the stands. Besides, I doubt Farina understands any more about what happened than we do.
Thanks, Navia. Well, we'll be going then.
Best of luck to you.
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did your investigation go?
To be honest, you might be disappointed.
No, we're already...
Well now, don't you all look disappointed? That was to be expected, of course. The guilty can never produce proof, but don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed.
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial... Firstly, in order for the audience to understand...
Yes, of course. I will...
Thank you, Mr. Linney. In that case, I take your statement to be that you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime. Is this correct?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady Farina, do you wish to refute his statement in any way?
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Linney is clearly lying. There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell. In fact, I'd say you were hardly in that tunnel at all.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask, what did you hear while you were inside your box?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course.
And you didn't hear anything else at all? Nothing that might leave an impression of any kind?
No, nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was a thud. One so loud that I believe practically everyone heard it.
Huh?
Hey, hang on! Something's not right here.
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from...
I was right by the box, and I definitely heard the thud.
Look at those scales. Could those...
Well then, ladies and... Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundation... Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of...
The House of the Hearth?
No wonder they did something like this.
So the serial disappearances, one of the two is doing it. Now it all makes sense.
I've got a feeling that what happened on stage
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell us everything that happened during that. Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little that needs to be kept secret now. Unless your script already has holes in it. The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, They look flabbergasted. Now comes the infighting and discord, I suppose. This was almost too easy. Good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
Hey, Lenny! Why didn't you tell us this before?
Order! Order! Mr. Linney, allow me to re-establish the facts. Lady Farina has raised 2 points. First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you and Ms. Lynette are both members of the House of the Hearth. Are these claims true? Please answer my...
I'm sorry. Yes, they're true, Your Honor.
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to this.
What should we do now?
Granted. In that case, what is your request?
Is that really necessary? They're already as...
The defendant deceived their own...
Order! Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn.
So you would stick to Mr. Linney's defense. In that case, my
Okay, Bill, why the frick are you two...
This is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
Yeah, sorry.
Paimon doesn't know where to start. We based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys. Not to set the wrong tone or anything, but Paimon...
I'm very sorry. I know you've clashed with the Fatui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just hearing the word is enough to make you upset. But our organization is very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
Right now, we want to save people.
That's right. I'm sure we're on this. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, that's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you. The truth is very important, but be right. So,
and yet you withheld information. Information that makes every one of us in this party.
I'm asking you to trust me. I am no...
Sorry. Please.
And yet you've withheld information.
You both say that, but... Right, let's hear you.
Of course. We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. During our investigations, from that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick. Is
that why you needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via...
That air vent was created during the construction...
Well, nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was about to investigate, I heard someone's voice. Which should have been impossible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room. That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err. On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground. But after that, the homicide occurred just as...
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course.
That's the only way we can save everyone.
So, there you have it. It was never my wish to proceed under this cloud of mystery. But, like I said earlier, you can...
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
Okay.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
The current problem is that the scales are tipped. If we want to refute the Hydro Archon, huh?
there anything in this room?
Both parties have returned to their positions. When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue stating her reconstruction of the events.
That took long enough at this stage. Let's revisit that scene from Linney's perspective.
Oh, I just realized something. Oh.
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel. When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud. He did not realize that the sound could be heard by everyone in the opera house, which is why he claimed earlier that he could not hear the sound. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise, and caught. So Linney proceeded to knock him out afterward. Linney passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box. And there you have it. That's the...
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady Farina?
Key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events. What Linney experienced and what he saw.
Okay. Now my voice actors explained it.
Seems this won't produce it. Seems this won't... Seems this won't produce a particularly effective rebuttal. Seems this won't... Seems this won't produce a particularly effective rebuttal. According to Linney, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel. He could... Linney went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core. This is the actual truth. Linney did not take part in the underground altercation.
Attention! When the countdown started, Linney, but he immediately used a vent to act. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice. The crime scene had finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened.
Oh, of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could he have not heard that sound? You're saying that he wasn't.
I'm right here.
Are you sure we don't need to give this more thought? That's right! Well, this means that what was the clue you used to disprove his alibi?
Well, Clint, to think you'd use such logic. Well then, if it wasn't Linny who committed the crime, then who was it? The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. Could there have been a third person involved? Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with...
That can't be right. The killer was...
Is that... What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be... No one entered or left the Opera House through its entrance. The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. He would have... Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. So, the sound we heard may have come... Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time. It would have been tough for both people.
I'm just gonna fake it till I make it, boys. Oh, yes.
It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would likely have bumped into Linny as well. It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. The sound we heard may have been... Halsey's clothing was in... Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment. No one entered or left. No one entered or left the opera. ourselves through. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the... It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. Lenny was not in the tunnel at that. Halsey's clothing was in. It would have been tough for both people to fit. No one entered or left the opera. The deceased's name is Coward.
What's wrong, Trevor? Are you so...
Look, since we're at a dead end, just like the trick is...
If only we knew.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel, it's not like this is a magic trick.
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Lenny was not in the tunnel at that moment. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between... The deceased's name is Coward. The vase was not broken by chance.
Oh, because it's water-based.
Paimon gets it! It all comes together if Halsey disappeared instead of being kidnapped. Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving only clothes behind. If there's a similar...
How could a person ever be transformed into water? This is reality we're talking about here.
This is the same reality in which a bird is talking.
Even so, the truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps
I want to believe. Dun, 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 dun.
Since Cal is the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him. But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings.
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of the rope. The way I see it, your suggestion...
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse...
Is this gonna be an Ace Attorney game? Well, if that's the case, then I don't have to worry about actually playing an Ace Attorney game, then...
We are still examining the items. We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage. The notebook in his backpack claimed the primordial sea. The note's contents also indicate that the notebook has many, and one of these tubes was lit. The notes also state that as such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis...
You gotta be kidding! People dissolving into water?
Could something so ridiculous act...
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy, but...
Huh. If people can become water, does that mean that the water... Just a minute. Could that mean... You two, with me, quick!
Demoiselle, wait! What about your part?
Let's go.
Order! Order! Still, let it... Guards, please... Mr. Linney, it appears your hypothesis is...
Of course. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial sea.
remember there was something else within the inner... The deceased's name is Cow. The water from the primordial sea should already have been prepped before Halsey entered the magic box. Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic trick, but was instead... I remember there was something else within the inner leg... The water from the primordial sea should already have been... The rope that strung the water tank up... Lynette was in the magic box on stage. The water from the primordial sea I remember there was something else within...
It's in the original plan. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon when the balloon attached to the box popped. Afterward, Cowell would enter the tunnel but he encountered something.
Huh. That does make sense.
That actually links together a lot of them.
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now.
Now, it seems like the only point of contention remaining is his notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that they uncovered new... I shall now invite him on stage.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just... And we found an identical sample of the water from the...
What?
That can't be. Oh, I see. Well, how wonderfully does this not clear all doubt? My dear citizens, Vinny did not need to take part in having made modifications to the bet upon his return. Ultimately, he knocked Cow. Now, as much as am I right, Miss?
We've used up all the evidence we collected. Is this the...
Oh no! Seems using the...
I think we've all... I believe this is indeed... Now then, my good... excuse me, everyone!
Miss, I must ask...
Oh, come on! Don't be hasty! I'll show you an amazing... What?
No offense, miss.
Come on now, don't be... But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to... And wouldn't such a trick... Come on, Lenny and Lynette. But, as the magic makers and stars of the show...
I understand.
And voila!
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So, the whole thing about people dissolve...
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I tested... I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me. And then before...
That'll teach you to Where
should I begin?
What?
Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian. I heard that Linny's show was gonna be a real... That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there. And I'd never been caught before. But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away.
Hey! No wonder you look familiar! Liddy even mentioned that you were pretty...
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but he even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. So I played along with it. I wasn't going to take that lying down. So there was nowhere to run from there, though. So I had to change my clothes and hide. I slipped out after the first guard arrived.
Can a person even hide in there?
But I swear, I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in...
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now.
This time, we need to tell... The strange sound of what? The flower vase was not broken. Lillian was afraid.
Hearing the commotion, he did not know that Lily, mistakenly believing that the two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but Lillian came out on top.
Shit it. Mary Poppins.
With no way of escaping.
Wait, Poppins, never. My brain is thoroughly confused, but okay.
She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave after.
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she swiped 2 of them right under our noses.
At this point, all the events...
Ah, so that...
Bravo!
Now then, Lady Farina. Please answer the question.
What are you... No, I have no further arguments.
Wow, look at that! She's like...
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice, the actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen. To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was dissolved. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks. He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious. Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid. As for Linny, he, from this reconstruction... While there is much in Linny, in this case at least, can be... As such...
Great work.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Next, how did you find the water from the...
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake,
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Linny, but... I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your...
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself...
I was just following order. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus...
And now that your plan has fallen through, therefore you would be wise to tell everything you...
Yes! I'll tell you, our boss discovered that the water, it can also be made into a potion. We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent morale.
And now he can no longer talk.
Such ruthlessness.
An outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
So, we're just going back now? That's...
Traveler, Paimon! Please wait.
Linny...
I know you may not want to speak to me right now, but still. Let me thank you again for defending me to the end, even after you learned that I'm a member of the Fatui. I guess I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. As for why that was how Father, who you might know as the
The knave? The one who controls the house?
That's right. Back when our parents first died, to survive, I took my sister through several... To my surprise, we proved to be, before long, an aristocrat.
So you went from orphan?
That was how we felt it, but I gradually... He would constantly...
That doesn't seem too bad.
After one I waited along the answer he gave me.
Oh no.
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care. And they have their ways of escaping the eye of the law. I managed to ferret out. All I saw was...
So, she...
That's right. Father, I mean, the knave. The House of the Hearth, I was hesitant, but she was also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us in at first.
Oh, so that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
She has her own plans. She has gained permission.
So, she believes in that prophecy too?
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis. Today's case has also proven that people from Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further supporting the prophecy. All of us house members here, Lady Arlecchino herself included, are from Fontaine. We won't give up on defending our homeland. To us orphans, the only connection we have left to this world, apart from our family, is our homeland.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a Gnosis, everything is aimed at dealing...
It's all right. I understand. The only thing I can do is relate all this to you. I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the House, I have never stopped making my own decisions, and that I believe what I'm doing is right. If you should need anything at all in the future, feel free to find me. I will do my...
Bye, Linny!
Hey there. What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for us, Navi?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to... Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
Besides! And given...
Ah, I see. Sorry.
Don't say that.
Ah, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too. It was like having new... sorry about that. Wait, shall we have a farewell meal? You know...
Huh? Do we really need to get that formal?
Well, I just like to have a proper ending to every important memory. That way there are no regrets later. Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up too much of your time.
You don't have to twist.
Oh, wonderful.
All right then.